Yeah, let me bring in Kaitlan Collins, who's been in the court building all day. And Kaitlan, tell us about what happened in that room when the judge spoke to the attorneys.
Well, it's such a remarkable moment. I mean, we were wondering what was going on for so long. The Trump attorneys had predicted it'd be about a 30-minute hearing in there. Obviously, it went longer than that. And when those three defense attorneys came out, including the newest member of the team, Todd Blanche, who spoke first, as you saw when he came out and he was speaking there with reporters. Excuse me, Jake, obviously we're sitting right outside the courthouse. It's a little bit loud over here. Todd Blanche came out and he was arguing that he believed it was boilerplate language in this indictment, that nothing really surprised him. But the conversation quickly turned in the questions to those attorneys to the former president's social media post about this case, which we know they spent time on with the judge there in the room behind closed doors, because Trump has posted in recent days about the judge himself, claiming in all caps letters that he hates him, criticizing, of course, over how he presided over the Alan Weisselberg case. That was the chief financial officer for the Trump organization. He has also obviously gone after the district attorney in this case, Alvin Bragg, calling him an animal, calling him a racist, attacking him at length. And also there was the question about that post that Trump had posted on Truth Social, which included a link to a photo of Alvin Bragg next to a photo of Trump holding a baseball bat and a photo from his time at the White House. And it was just remarkable to see those three Trump attorneys spending a lengthy amount of time right after they got out of the courthouse where their client just pleaded not guilty, defending his social media post. You heard Joe Tacopina saying, he wasn't swinging the baseball bat in that picture, saying we're not social media consultants, we're not PR consultants, we're attorneys. But we are seeing how those two things are colliding here, because those social media posts by the former president were brought up there inside the courtroom when it came to what he has said about Alvin Bragg and about the case at large. And just a remarkable moment there to see how that has affected this. And Trump attorneys have kind of struggled with this, saying they believe some of them were ill-advised, saying that's not really their purview. But certainly when you're a Trump attorney, what he does post on social media, especially when it's about a case, and right before he's ready to go before the judge.
Kaitlan, I got to interrupt. I'm sorry. Well, here's the Manhattan.